Thank you for joining us at Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. I'm Kat Wisniewski, author of New Connections in Chainmail Jewelry. Today we're going to work on my Fold and Gather linear star pendant. Let's get started. What we have are small rubber silicone rings and large in two different colors of the silicone rings. We have black and red, and in the small we have the neon orange. We also have some medium jump rings which are going to basically go through all the corners to make it look like a star. And then we have one really large, thicker jump ring that's going to go through the very middle to group all of the silicone units all together. We also are going to use some bent nose pliers and some thicker pliers to go ahead and close the medium jump rings here. To get started, what we need to do is put one of the smallest rubber rings on the closed bent nose pliers. And what you'll notice is as you are working, the smallest rubber rings kind of want to slide right off. They kind of roll off, and so you're going to have to keep pushing them onto the plier as you work, and just kind of be cognizant of that. Go ahead and open the plier now. So you have a slight opening, and you're going to go ahead and grab one of the large rubber rings. We're going to start with the black. And you want to make sure that your grip is very light on the rubber rings. You don't want to pinch these. Very light, and with that very light grip, you're going to just slightly roll that small rubber ring onto the large. And what I like to do is kind of use the bent nose pliers to kind of push through the one side, one loop, so that as I'm working, it kind of holds the spot of the smaller rubber ring. And that's to get started. And then what we do next is kind of fold the two loops over the pliers. So this is where it gets a little slippery. Fold the two loops over the pliers and then open slightly, and you have to keep pushing back. Open slightly and grab the red. Very light grip, and very gently you're rolling. You're rolling, and then see how I use the plier to pull it through? Okay, then I'm going to adjust my little unit here so it looks like what I want. What we have is the little top and then the two bottom large rings. And we need to make 12. So we're going to keep going. Very gentle grip, roll, kind of pull through with one plier. One side of the plier. Grab your next ring, fold these guys, fold the two loops. Very gently open and hold. Very gently, I know I keep stressing that, but very gently is the key. And then pull through and adjust. Basically what I'm doing is pulling that final large rubber ring, the red, kind of folded down so that I can pick it up eventually with the large metal jump ring. And then I keep going. Now that we've made all of our units, we can go ahead and put them on the large jump ring. One thing to note is that it's going to get very tight and a little bit tricky to get all of these onto this, but we're going to do it, don't worry. So we go ahead and start by putting the first one through the orange and letting this kind of hang out over here. Then we want to reverse. In order to get this pattern, we got to reverse each unit as we put it on. So by reverse, I mean we want to put the next unit on through just the loops of the red. Do you see how you have an orange next to two reds? Well, we need an orange again. So we go through the orange. Then we need two reds, then we need an orange, and we have to keep kind of sliding these over and pushing them all the way over while still having a steady grip over here. Adjust as needed. That looks pretty close to me, and the bonus is you can hide the closure. Yippee! Hide it, and you can see that we're almost there. So all we're going to do now is basically add 6 medium jump rings to be able to tie up the ends here. Here you have to be careful. If you pull too hard on the medium jump ring, you could pull the reds right out of the black ones. So be very careful here not to pull too hard as you go to close this ring, where we have the orange in the middle and 2 red loops. Okay, and again, what's the bonus here? We can hide the closure in the rubber. I just think it makes for a more finished look when you don't see closures. There's one. Want to keep going around. 1 red, 1 orange, 1 red loop. Okay, so we have a star. To make it more star-like, we're going to pull on that jump ring on each corner to kind of pull out the shape, flatten it out, and we have a star. Next, we're going to add our necklace chain. What I like to do with a necklace chain, if you look, there's somewhat of an unfinished side where there's like a cut end, and there's a side or an end that's a little bit more finished where it's smoother. I always turn that cut end in towards the rest of the chain in the necklace, and with my tiny jump ring, I go through the smooth end. That's so that you can prevent any weakness in the chain. You don't want it to open up on you over time. So when you got that tiny jump ring through there, you can go through any of the star points and then close that tiny jump ring. Okay, we got one. Do it again. You can either go through the star point first and then connect the other side of the chain, or you can go through the chain first. That part doesn't matter. Connect it to the same star point so that the 2 points are the 2 ends are together on the same point. Close the jump ring, and then check your length. Here is where I would cut or open one length of the chain so that I can go ahead and put on the clasp. You did it! Finished star pendant. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. What I love about this project is that it's quick and easy to make, and you can customize it and make it your own by using the wide variety of rubber rings at firemountaingems.com. I'll see you for the next project.